What's up, brick builders? Today's build is the helicopter. This is set number 30471-1. Year it came out was 2016, age group 6+, and it comes with a piece count of 47. Hello folks, Sean from BRIT'N Bricks. Welcome to another build video, and a super cool build this is. This was a create a poly bag. There's not really anything special about where it was free in, like, you would expect this probably to be something that was free with the Daily Mirror, but no, it wasn't. This was just actually a poly bag on sale through all retail stores and stuff like that. It is a fantastic little build. It is brimming with detail. I love this helicopter. I think this is probably by far my favorite helicopter now that I have built, and I've built a lot of helicopters and I love helicopters. Have I said that before? A few times. Super cool. Let's dive in and build it, shall we? There's our parts and pieces. It is blue and white with a little bit of black in there as well. Mostly blue and white. We've got instructions courtesy of rebrickable.com. We're going to start off with a 2x4 blue plate, and this is going to be the back. This is going to be the front. So on the back end we have a 2x3 inverted slope brick with period correct. It had the studs all joined together. You see those little bars that are joining those studs together? We're going to pop that right on the back end there. And then we got some SOAT bricks. So we got 1x2 white SOAT bricks. They're studs on just one side, not on the other, because we need to have them back to back. And those are going to go right next to that sloped brick. So there's one there and one there. And that's going to hold these super cool vents, which are blue dad ramps. We got some dad ramps there. And we want the slope to go towards the front of the helicopter, so the wider part is at the back. We got another one of those, so that's super cool. Nice little detail right there is these air vents, or these exhaust vents. Now we want a 1x2 blue brick to go on the front there like that. Very cool. And then we want a bracket plate. Now this is the bracket plate with the 4 studs hanging down. See, that's hanging down there. Studs on the top. So we want that on the front like that. And then we want a 1x2 white plate. And then we're going to have 2 more SOAT bricks. SEAT bricks. SEAT. I get the wrong way around all the time. And we go pop them just after that plate there. So it's kind of sitting on the 2x3 inverted sloped brick. And that is going to be holding our engines in place at some point. No, actually it's going to be the lights and the curve. This is really such a cool build. I love this. We're going to put a bit of cockpit in there, and you have 2 of these 2x2 curved bricks with the ridges on each side, and they were in trans dark black, or trans black and trans dark brown. So this is trans black, so we're going to pop that on the top there like that, and then we want another one to go on the front. Well, you want the curve, see the curve there? That's going up to the top. So you want the widest part at the bottom on that one. So it kind of makes this nice curved cockpit. That is super cool. That is super cool. Now we're going to do the sides and the back here. So we want the back. We want a 2x2 white plate just to go on there. So we got this really nice white stripe going on, which is, I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. And then on that 2x2 plate, we're going to have these jumper plates, 1x2 light bluish grey, period correct. They would be the inside stud holder. So we go pop one there and one there, because that's going to hold the tail. And then we just go build this up here. So we want a 1x2 white plate, and and that's just going to sit on top of the studs on the side like that. And then on the front of that plate we want these trans orange circular tiles. We want on the front there like that. So these kind of like navigation lights like that there. And then on the side here we're going to have 1x2 curved brick. It's going to go off that stud and onto the side of the helicopter. So it's going to go like that. So it kind of gives this nice shape. I really love that. I really, really love that. So again, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Like that. Very, very cool. Now we want the landing skids. So the landing skids are these bars. This is, I think this is a 1x6. This is a 1x8 plate. Should be 2 studs remaining. It is a 1x6, yes. It's a 1x6 bar with 4 studs on the top, and the studs are solid. Well, they're not solid studs. They're not see-through either. Open studs. They're not open studs. They're what is called no, is it open studs? Hollow studs. These are hollow studs. Not open studs. Because open studs you'd be able to see through the bottom. So that was period correct. And then we're going to mount that just level with, actually it's supposed to be in front. So it's right on the front on that blue plate there. And then right on the back of the blue plate. So it's fairly easy to locate them. Like that. And now it kind of looks like a spaceship, a moon lander, doesn't it? Look, look, these are like little retro rockets. Brilliant. It's actually a really cool idea. And then we've got these 1x8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1x8 black plates. We want to go 2 studs back. So we want to mount those there and there. So you got 2 studs on each side. So we got another one. So now it still looks like a moon lander, yeah, but it's a helicopter and a super cool one. Now we're going to do the tail. So we're going to take another 1x8 plate, and this time it's a white one. We're just going to go straight across. We're just going to go straight across these jumper plates here, like that. Isn't that cool? And then we're going to go, let's see, we want a angle plate, and it's a 2x3 angle plate, and it is the right wing. So you got the studs on the left hand side, the angle is on the right hand side, and you want that on the back end there like that. So it's like the tail plane. And then we want our navigation light, so it's another trans orange circular 1x1 tile, and that's going to go right at the front, not at the back of that angle plate. And then just in front or next to that angle plate we're going to have a 1x4 blue tile. Pop that on there. This is a little bit fragile at the moment because that tail could come off any time. We're going to lock that in place in a minute. I've got my finger stuck in there. There we go. Got my finger stuck in the landing skids. Now we're going to do the tail rotor. So we got this brick special here with a pin on the end. That's vital. And then we have, it's 2x2 there. And we want the pin to be closest to, yeah, you see at that spot. I knew that was going to happen. I should have built the tail on its own. There we go. Right. So try not to be as clumsy. Yeah, so the tail rotor is facing towards you. And then we want a 1x2 white plate to go across the back end there, like that. And then we want a 1x2 curved brick. Hang on, this has got to go 1 stud back. I do apologise. It's got to go 1 stud back, like that. Because we want a curved brick to go from the tail rotor to the angle plate there, and that's a 1x2 white curve. There we go. Lovely. And just to finish that off, we want a 1x1 white mini mountain that I can't hold. Like that. There we go. Isn't that cool? That is super, super cool. Now we need to hold this in place because that keeps breaking off. And that is a plate special here. So we've got blue plate special 2x2 with the big hoop at the top there, with the hole in that curve. And that hole is going to sit on that stud there. And that holds the tail in place really, really well. It's a solid hold. It's incredible. It's really cool piece usage, or part usage. Very, very cool. And I like that we've got this blue stripe going across the top here now, and it's completely in uniform, which is really nice. Love that. Could have used white jumper plates maybe for the back here, just to keep it nice and, you know, keep it white. That would probably been cool. Now we go do the engine exhaust pieces. I know these were like the exhaust, but you got the exhaust on the top. So we got these. There's 4 of these plate specials here with the thick band in the middle on the side there. And these are very cool pieces because you can put them bits and pieces on the ends of the studs. But for this, we're using the actual studs as the exhaust. So we're going to pop one there, another one next to it. See, so it kind of looks like this tube. One there, and one there. Lovely. Very, very cool. And then on top of that, we're going to put this turntable. So it's a black base with a light bluish grey spinner plate. See that? We're almost done. Now then, we want the tail rotor on because he's going nowhere without a tail rotor. So we're going to pop the rotor on there. That's a good spin. Very nice spin, very nice. And then we're going to put the rotor blades on. Now we're going to put the rotor blades one side like that. And these are 1x8 plates. And then opposite side like that. And then in the middle, on the top, we've got this dark bluish grey 2x2 circular tile. And this one has the stud holder in it. That was period correct for that. Just pop that in the middle. And then we just want to mark off our rotor blade tips with these 1x1 yellow square tiles. And there we have this really, really cool, and I love this. I think this is fantastic. That plate looks dusty. It might be a little bit dusty, just a little bit. I think it's the trick of the light. But what a cool little model this is. It's so detailed. It's got all the things going on, and then the design with the lines are just so neat. It's not a clean build, but it's not a horrible build either. It's you know, just got the studs on the skis and the studs on the rotor blades there, and a little bit here. That could probably have a curved brick there as well, 1x2 curved brick there. That would tidy that up. Isn't it so cool? By far my favourite helicopter yet, I think, that I've built. Whoops. Love that. And you could have this flying around in your Lego city. If you wanted to do like perspective, you could have it in the background a little bit, because it is a little bit small for a minifig. Although building an upscaled version of it for a minifig would be really cool, wouldn't it? Isn't it? It's fantastic. I love this. I think this is super, super cool. Now then, will it pass the ramp test? No. It's not even entertaining. It's not even entertaining, so we won't do that. But what a fantastic little helicopter this is. I love this. I love this. Brilliant. Folks, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see some more content like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share amongst your friends, family, and anybody else who you think would be interested in this kind of content or likes helicopters like me. I do. I love helicopters. Put your notifications on to all so you don't miss us in the next one. I'm Sean from BRIT'N Bricks. Peace.